Welcome to this week's episode of Runway. I'm Rimy Thandi, and this week we're in central London at Onita's exclusive boutique. Let's take a look inside. Hi guys, we're here at Onita's in the heart of central London. How are you, Onitaa?
Very well, thank you. How about you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having us here today.
My pleasure.
Now, like I said, we're in the heart of central London. You've got a beautiful boutique. How did this all come about?
A dream of mine that manifested 3 years ago after working in the industry, the fashion industry for about 25 years now, when I've sort of always been working for someone, launching brands. That's what I have done for most of my life. I take a brand to a country and grow it there and get it established, and sort of that's really been it for me. And eventually came to London and looked around me, born and brought up in India, so the fashion and the achievements that South Asian fashion have achieved over the last decade has been quite commendable. And when I walked into London with the immense Asian British population that this country has or boasts of today, I'd choose to use the word boast here because it is a significant population. And I looked around and I said, okay, fashion's my forte, and do I see what South Asia has to offer today in the market? And no, I didn't see it. I mean, today, yardstick, if anyone comes here, is South Hall or Green Street. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but it isn't 21st century India. It isn't. What I have here and people come and see and appreciate is really the reactions that I get from people is witness to the fact that they're happy to see what I've done.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, and
how long have you been here for?
3 years. We've just about completed about 3.5 years now here.
Okay.
A little over 3 years. Yeah.
And if I get it straight, you yourself actually don't design the pieces. You've actually got 11 designers in-house.
Yeah. To make you understand the concept is pretty much what Selfridges does. It's pretty much what Harvey Nicks does. It's the same thing, but the only difference being this is South Asia. So we house 12 different labels under, so they're not in-house in any way. They are international brands that are found in various parts of the world, in Dubai, in New York. You'll find them in India, you'll find in Pakistan themselves, and so what I've done is I've brought all those brands under the one roof, which is the Onitaa umbrella, and we market the brands for the various designers.
And how do you find these buyers? Designers. As a buyer, how do you do that?
Finding designers is a long process. It's a long process. It stems from a lot of little things that appeal to me first. The sensibility of the designer has to be the sensibility that I want to portray. It's the message that I want to give to the market today, and it really stems from, a lot of it comes from what I feel about fashion, how I want to direct it. So the essence of the fashion or the creation comes from there, but there are so many different kinds of creations. Some creations I don't see eye to eye with, and there's some creations that I completely understand and want to be able to grow in the market here. So yes, it's a lot of research. Fortunately, initially it was a lot of spade work. Most of the designers that I had when I started out were designers I knew personally. There were people who I had interacted with back in India and in Pakistan as well. And that was the starting point. And then I realized over the period of the first year, by the time I got into the second year, I realized that there were very well known names in India and Pakistan, but no one knew about them here. They were demanding the price that their label attracted. It's just like saying I go into an Armani store and you know what you're going to spend there, and so there's a label. The label attracted a certain price point. And I realized that it was too high, because by the time it crosses the borders and you pay all your duties and VATs and all of that, it became formidable. And I said, okay, these are established designers who really don't need introduction, or don't need don't need help to establish themselves, because they've achieved what they. What is important for me is that to bring in new, fresh blood, to bring in upcoming designers that had so much potential but needed a platform to launch themselves on. So in a way, I became that platform to be able to sort of spiral them over from
and
that side to this, and to showcase their merchandise and their potential. Price points were better, and I found there was a lot of creation, there was a lot of flair to their design, and that's probably what it sort of has taken it, and that has established the name Onitaa in the both in Pakistan and in India. So it's become a little easier now, because people sort of tend to write into me.
And people know you now.
Yes, now it's a very well established brand now, fortunately for me. So I can now choose from quite a large plethora of designers.
And each piece, are they handpicked by yourself, or are these pieces that designers say to you, oh, we want you to showcase these pieces?
I pretty much handpick most of them. Yes, I do that. I try to do that at least before the first 2 or 3 buys that I do, I handpick them. And once the designer starts getting a feel for what I would like, they start saying, I think Onitaa, you're going to like this, why don't you take a look at it, so on and so forth. So it's becoming a lot more streamlined now. It's only the first 3-4 buys when I sort of wet the designer completely that I'm very hands-on with it. And if I don't like something that's been sent, then I sort of say, put it away or send it back or whatever. So yes, pretty much handpick,
And who do you cater for? Do you cater for brides, bespoke bridal wear, or is it any occasion?
If, as you can see, there's a very, very large store, and every alcove really is a different mood. It is a completely different music movement. So it's to cater, because we are Central London based. A lot of people ask me this question all the time, is who is your customer? You know, I can't say that in one word, being based in Central London, because I really don't know who's going to walk through that door. But that's why I make it a point to give them what I believe in. And also because I spend a lot of time in the store, I talk and interact with my clients a lot. So one gets to know what is it that they're looking for. The idea is not to give the client what they're looking for, it's to give the client what makes them look good. We all come in with a preconceived sort of a hope that we want to be a Kareena Kapoor or a Aishwarya Rai but then, you know, if we were all going to be Kareena Kapoor and Aishwarya Rai, we'd all be sitting in their shoes, isn't it? So it's very important to understand the body language of each person, their sensibility, the aura, where the occasion they're going to attend. So there are lots and lots of user moments in my clothes. So am I catering to one kind of person? No, I'm not. Am I catering to a confident young man or a woman? Yes, I am. Because we don't conform. We don't do what the market actually says. Anarkalis are in, so it has to be anarkali only. No.
Where do you see Onitaa's going? Do you see you like breaking out of London, going to different areas, different cities in the country?
Hand on heart, I don't want to go to any other city in the country.
Really?
I want to move out.
You want to stick to London?
I'm going to stay in London, and I'm going to be growing this in Europe and America. I'll take the concept there, take my designers there, because I think it's a very eclectic mix of a variety that a lot of people have come in and appreciated. And Europe doesn't have anything right now. So I think I'd be very interested to take it in there. I am talking to a few people. America has a lot of potential. Again, there isn't a store like this there, and they're all crying really loud for it there. So that may be South Africa, yes.
So if people want to buy a piece from here, they're going to have to come here.
Yes.
So talking about new ranges, how do you see yourself moving forward? Is there any other new designers coming in, or that you're bringing on board, or that you'd like to work with, any designers that you'd like to work with in the future?
I haven't earmarked anyone. Fortunately, the people I've wanted to work with are all with me. Are there any new aspiring aspirations that I have with designers? No, not at the moment. I'm looking for, yes, anything new that comes up that catches my eye. I'm one person who'd love to experiment. Yeah.
Okay. And as a client walking into your store, if I come in and I've got an idea of what I want, can you cater for that, or is it just what you got on your shelf and you have to work with that?
Completely cater for that. That's the idea. The idea is to work with the client. The idea is to give her her dream outfit for whatever occasion she's going to go to. So what we do more often than not is start with the starting point is the garment in the shop, because that's what triggers the thought, and sort of becomes the platform to be able to build upon. So they come into the store and say, oh, I like that particular one, but I want it shorter, I want it longer, I need it in pink, or I need it in green, or I need it with a trail or without a trail, or with a veil or without a veil, and I like the embroidery of that one, but I'd like to add it to this one. What I do is then be able to sort of build that little dream round for her with a particular designer. It's difficult for me to cross over to say I like Rana Noman's clothes, but I like Aisha Hashwani's cuts. That is something is restricting. That I wouldn't do something like that, because you can't leverage off two designers.
But you can tweak the outfit.
You can tweak the outfit, yes, completely.
Needs.
So you start with saying, I like the style, or I like the silhouette, I like the colors, I like the flow, but I would like to tailor make it to the evening. She might have something really special lined up, the theme for the evening. And we do that all the time, yes, we do it all the time.
And what I love about your store, I mean, you're based in the heart of London, does that come at a price? So when a customer walks through the door, are they paying quite a considerable amount of money per outfit? Or do you think you're quite reasonable?
For what I have, we are reasonable. For based in central London, we are very reasonable. I have people who walk into the store who actually say, are you on discount right now? How come you're not so expensive?
Really? Okay.
We expected this to be twice or three times the price of what it is. So no, we aren't formidably expensive for the quality of stuff we give. I don't know what the yardstick would be for someone who comes in and says it is formidably expensive. Everyone has their own, yardstick to, and what do they measure it against? So if you are saying, I would like to say, I would measure it against a Gucci or a Prada, or because that is where I want to take our brands to. I want to make it an international phenomena. I want them to say, at the end of the day, there's nothing less that you could expect just because it's coming out of India. Don't expect mediocrity. That's the message I want to give. And to be able to get that, it comes with a price. But it's a price that we can all afford. I mean, I wouldn't be able to run the store for 3 years if I wasn't doing what
if you didn't have customers coming
correct,
in.
Exactly.
And also based in London, I mean, you're the heart of where all the celebrities are and stuff. Do you have any celebrity customers coming over?
Lots of them. Lots of them. I've been asked not to mention names, so I won't do it because
they're trying to get a scoop there.
We just had Shabana Azmi walk through the door day before yesterday, and Gurinder Chadda, she shops with us, and there's a lot of Western audience, Judy Henge and all of those, they come in very often.
The list is endless. And what about new trends coming for the new season? I know you say you don't fall into a cliche like a nargali or anything like that, but what do you see? Is there a trend going a certain way? People buying a certain type of outfit or a certain cut?
Yes, the silhouettes it was very, very long and flowing and masses of fabric in the year that went by. I can't say that's gone, it's still there. Silhouettes are pretty much more straight lines. There are more, I can't say they're chiseled, but they're more straight. There's a lot of modesty in the garment. People are not looking to wear tight figure-hugging stuff. It's more about how well you can carry a garment which has got lots and lots of drapes, lots of colors, a lot of shading coming into it, and fabrics.
It's quite romantic then.
Very romantic. All the lengths are sort of going up now. It's going up more to the knee and just below the knee. But that doesn't mean the long lengths are out. The same designer's doing pretty much both of the things. So I think it's a mixed bag. I wouldn't say one or the other. It's a transition phase, I find. We're in between two seasons, two very significantly strong, not seasons, not the right word, too significantly strong clothes messages or style messages. So I think we're in between that right now. So let's see where it's going to take us to the end of the and embellishments are still very strong, and you can see that coming through even in the Western garments. You know, our saris are coming back in a big way. I have a lot of very interesting saris in the store, and we've got a lot of people who be calling in for saris, which is, for me, is fantastic. Only when they turn around and say, can you have that stitched for me so that I can just put it on like a dress? And I'm like, no, I can't. Please, can you learn to wear a sari? It's only a piece of fabric. Don't be scared.
It's quite difficult actually to learn to tie
you know, it's the simplest thing under the sun. It is really. If you get your head around it, it's very simple.
Okay, maybe we'll take some tips off you in a little while. But like you just said, you've got lots of stuff here. Let's take a look around.
Yeah.
Fashion.